they need some light to enlighten their dark moments or yung mga pinagdadaanan nila ngayon. Sabi ko, in my own little way, it's another way to give back. And of course, kung meron tayong ma-share sa kanila na enlightenment, inspiration, then I think it's something that's good. All of us need that. Good morning, Nickie and Roldan. And of course, welcome to Live Talk with Susan Barlin.
So basically, nag-start lang yung show this pandemic.
Yes. Parang wala kasing liwanag sa, at the end of the tunnel eh. And ang dami talagang question marks, ang daming uncertainties, ang daming doubts, ang daming fears. And I think, and in normal moments, diba, ang dami na rin ganun sa buhay ng tao. Pero lalo na ngayon. So, I wish, and at my age, of course, where I have lived 1,000 years, and my life is full of different chapters and different phases and different experiences, which I'm blessed. So I'd like to share with them what I did to get out of every challenges in my life. Kailangan talaga ng mga tao ngayon ang inspirasyon above anything else. To bring back the hope, to bring back that fire, that to be able to dream again in spite of the situations we are all going through. So that is the intention and the motive of Life Talk.
Doktora, ano po yung usually na-encounter yung mga problema ngayong pandemic na binibigyan niyo ng advice?
Oh my gosh. Actually, iba-iba eh. Sometimes like yung kay Baron, Baron went through a difficult time and ang dami ring mga problema niya, mga pagkakamali na yung pag-share niya sa atin noon, maaaring merong mga tao na makagamit noon dahil kung sa normal na mga question sa buhay, nagkakaroon tayo ng pagkakamali, lalo na ngayon, mas malaki ang chance na maraming pagkakamaling gagawin ang mga tao ngayon. That was one. And then another is, there are like love stories, sabi nga, when poverty knocks at the door, love flies out of the window, right? So ang daming mga naghihiwalay, ang daming mga napuput to test ang kanilang relasyon, tama ba? And siguro kung makakapagbigay liwanag tayo o makakapagbigay gabay tayo sa kanila para maniwanagan sila na ngayon kailangan pa na pagtibayan ang pagsasama at huwag magpasubok sa pagsubok ng pangyayari natin, di ba? And of course financial also. Maraming nawalan ng trabaho, maraming negosyong nagsara. So, paano nila tatalakayin ang mga paghihirap na yun? Paano sila maghahanap buhay? Paano nila mabubuhay ang kanilang pamilya, di ba? So, iba't ibang uri. Maaaring sa karamdaman, maraming may mga pinagdadaanan na karamdaman, nanghihina ng loob. Katulad ng sabi ko, nawawala ng pag-asa. Sometimes just talking to someone or hearing someone who is going through the same situation is already going to make a difference and can make us open our eyes better on how to address our own situation.
Pero usually, anong pwede mong i-advise sa kanila, Doc? Anong mga tips na pwede mong ibigay?
I am not a psychiatrist, I am not a psychologist, okay? But I have learned from the University of Life, okay? Probably God has given me different problems in life wherein I've learned lessons and it made me so strong. And so based from my own experience, that I'm very instinctive. Actually, I can feel a person's, what a person is going through just by looking at you or by touching you. And kuminsan, alam mo, lumalabas na lang sa bibig ko yung advice na hindi ko naman alam kung saan nanggagaling. You know, most of it are from my own experience. And then, but many of it parang guided, spontaneous ba? Walang script, walang... Actually, I even tell them, don't tell me the problem of the person. Just tell me right there on the camera. And I pray before every show, before every discussion with someone who has a problem. Lord, use me, use my mouth, use me to tell this person what you want to tell him or her. Ganon lang, you know. And, you know, as you watch the show, tell me if it's working or if it is right or if it makes sense. Ganon.
Yun.
Ang gusto mong sabihin ang problema mo.
I have a question.
Try.
Well, of course, viewers and the people watching the show, meron silang mga takeaways. They learn a lot of things from your show. But you personally, doing the show, what are the things that you get out of it? What are the things that you learn from the show yourself?
That's a very good question because you know why I like coaching in many things because I also coach on leadership. You know, I'm a John Maxwell executive director and authorized to coach on leadership skills development, right? And what I like in coaching is I learn from my audience. I learn from the subject myself, and it's so gratifying. It's so the fulfillment, the feeling of fulfillment is priceless. You know, para bang, you know, we were not born just to serve what we need in life. We were born with a talent, with a gift. All of us. Nobody is exempted. And if we use that gift and that talent for the good of the many or for others, the gratification of feeling that you have lived the purpose that you have been born with is priceless. And so yun po yung pinaka-priceless. Actually, alam nila direct yan. I mean, oh my gosh, ang dami kong ginagawa. I mean, sometimes they would see me wherein, oh my gosh, ito na naman taping. My God, I have so many things to do because I'm a CEO. I'm running a company that is expanding nationwide, not only nationwide, but globally. So this is a giving back. So it is not easy for me to do this, but it is a food for my soul. You know what I mean? And that's one thing that I really enjoy at the end of the day.
Doc, sino pa yung gusto mong i-guest sa show?
I would love to have Chris Aquino to be my guest. I would love to have Willie Villame, you know, as my guest. Or the bigger your subject is, kasi nobody is exempted naman from problems and challenges, di ba? No matter how much money you have, no matter how much fame you have in life, there's always a vacuum and there's always a gray area where you seem to not know what you're going to do, and including me. That doesn't accept me, right? And that's what actually make life more interesting. I wish I can use my gift for others who are already at the epitome of their success. And also from the lowest, from a tricycle driver, vendor of banana queue, you know. But I'd love to hear them be my guest, and maybe I can even make their lives more meaningful.
Pero Doc, ano yung mga gusto mong itanong kay Chris, kay Willie Villame? If in case.
He has everything. I'd like to ask him one thing. Wherein, has he really found fulfillment in his life? And what is his big why right now? The bigger you succeed, the higher the ladder of success you have achieved, the bigger your why should be. So, what tickles him? What are his frustrations, and how is he coping with those frustrations and vacuum in his life? I'm sure both of them, you know, has some vacuum in their life. So how are they coping with it? You know.
Whenever you interview people, sabi mo kanina, by just looking at someone, you can already tell what the person is going through. Whenever you do interviews, whenever you do shows, how do you normally prepare? For example, you have a guest. Do you have to interview the person before the show, or
No.
what are the preparations?
Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like it to be blindfolded. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
like I have some interviews today on Zoom. They gave me a profile. I did not even read it. I don't want to. I don't want to be biased based on what I have learned about the person. Like, which is the reverse when it comes to business. When it comes to business and when it comes to sales, you need to profile your client or your
Yes.
prospect. So you need to do a background check. So you can talk the way they talk. You can think the way they think. You try to know what is their soft buttons, right? In coaching and personal coaching, okay, it's the reverse. Because if I'm going to do a background check on them,
Mm-hmm.
I'll be biased, and that's one of the advantage that I have. And even my mother before, when I was growing up, parang gift ng family, the lineage na the politicians would come to seek for her advice because
Mm-hmm.
she's so full of wisdom. But it's not even wisdom, it's gifted. My lola also, my lola was like that. So parang ako yung na-pass on sa akin yon na ang galing mo magpayo, Ma'am Susan, Mami, and uh, tulog naman kami sa iyo, coach mo naman ako, anong gagawin ko sa buhay ko, anong gagawin ko sa asawa ko, yung mga ganun ba. I don't want to take that only at a small sphere of around yung just in my environment. I want to go where kung ina-advisean kita and makakarinig ang maraming tao, parang nag-multiply yung benefit, hindi lang ikaw ang nag-benefit, pero yung mga nanunood din na hindi, wala akong time para i-reach out silang lahat. So they can now learn from your story and you can also learn from my coaching. So may mga makakarinig for sure.
Hence, you mentioned earlier that the live talk is a spontaneous show. Yeah.
Spontaneous,
I
walang
think
script.
Roldan would like to follow up on his questions earlier.
Mhm.
Ang question ko, Doc, dumating ba sa point ng buhay mo na kailangan mo ng life coach or kaya mo i-handle ang sarili mo?
Uh, Roldan, alam mo, I honestly believe that everybody needs a coach. Okay,
Okay.
I had a coach in my life, and he was the author of my first $1 million or my first 100 million. He's a guy, he's American, and I was one of the co-founder of CEO clubs. And he was also one of the a member of CEO clubs. And when we met, he told me, Susan, every successful person needs a coach, okay, a mentor. So he offered his mentorship. I was actually on a very trying time in my life, and he played a big role in really bringing out the best of me during the hardest time of my life. And but oh my gosh, he is very tough. Tough at mag-F word dyan, magkaka. He's very famous, Dan Peña. He is the founder of Quantum Leap Advantage. So he owns a castle in Scotland. So yes, I do know the value of a mentor.
Pero paano ka napunta sa yung pagiging life coaching as profession?
It's giving back, I just want to help and inspire people. I want to touch lives. I want to leave a legacy. I want my name to be remembered on the good side wherein walang monetary benefits sa akin. So, katulad ng sabi ko, ang buhay ko ay napakalawak, napakalalim. I was raised in a very small barrio, in a big family, very humble beginning. I've traveled all over the world. My life is full of contradictions, so much to share because I have learned so much. I can, ang lawak ang lalim. Wala pa akong nakilalang ganon nakalawak at kalalim. I always have this quote, I've sung with the paupers and danced with the kings. And all the hard way. So, what you learn from experience is called wisdom, right? Because it's not just like learning them from books. Maraming mga coaches or mga na naging hindi nila na-apply sa buhay nila yung mga tinuturo nila, di ba? I'm sure you know them all. They made millions, they made money, they made fortunes, right? But if you study their own life, hindi naman nila in-apply yun eh. Sa larangan ng negosyo, wala naman silang alam. Sa larangan ng pagiging kapatid, wala rin silang may pagmamalaki. Sa larangan ng pagiging anak, wala rin silang masyadong experience na pwede nilang sabihin na maituro. At ganun din sa community. Sa akin kasi, Roldan, I'm so blessed. Kaya nga sabi ko, pasalamatan natin ang Panginoon pati sa mga problemang binibigay niya sa atin. Kasi doon tayo natututo. At kung yung natutunan natin na i-apply natin sa sarili natin at maganda ang kinalabasan, bakit hindi natin i-share sa iba? Kasi nga, a smart man learns from their mistake, but a wise man learns from other people's mistake.
Tama po. Pero may experience po ba kayo na nakapagbigay kayo ng advice pero instead na magpasalamat, natarayan pa po kayo? Di ba mayroong minsan ganyan nangyayari?
Gusto ko yan. Gusto ko yan. That makes life more spicy and fun. Hindi naman lahat makikinig sa'yo at hindi naman lahat maniniwala sa'yo. Pero isa lang ang mararamdaman nila, Roldan. Alam nilang galing sa puso ko yung advice ko sa kanila o yung hindi naman nila dapat sundin. Hindi naman yun medicine na yun talaga ang gamot. Gabay lang. Gabay lang siya, Roldan.
Tama. So, si Nickie Wang, may question ulit.
Dr. Susan, of course, as a coach, marami kang binibigay na advices, marami kang sinishare na life lessons with the people that you speak with, that you talk to. Pero ikaw, ano yung, what are the parang biggest life lessons na natutunan mo from a mentor or from someone that you look up to?
Very good question, Nickie.